Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Health Ministry hands over 5,000 COVID home test kits to Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association.
I always say that vaccination, but screening can be just as important or even more important because, ladies and gentlemen, these kits, they are not for the guests, they are for the staff.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is pleased to present its first set of 5,000 kits, not all represented here, to the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, which will deploy them to tourism workers, not to the tourists, but to the workers, Jamaicans who are involved in gainful employment in the tourism sector, for that level of screening and for that level of protection within that industry, in the hotels or in the hotel space. Our intention is to, in the first instance, purchase some 40,000 kits. In the first instance, approximately 56 million Jamaican dollars, this is the Jamaican government, and gift those kits to a range of critical sectors. Another tranche we hope will come after. The first set being handled in the tourism industry, we will have other sectors that will benefit, who we believe, based on assessment, are particularly at risk. So a self-test requires an individual to collect a specimen from their nose, throat, it could be a nose swab, a throat swab, a saliva swab, or a combination of those, to conduct the test and to interpret the results according to the instructions provided. This is done using a single-use self-test kit that can be used at home or in another setting and without any specialized lab equipment or training. So that's the critical technical distinction between the tests that are done by the labs and the self-administered kits. Individuals undertaking these tests will be held responsible for reporting the results in accordance with instructions from the public health authorities. It is important to note that if not administered properly, this is very critical, the self-test can in fact give false negatives. And while we promote these kits, have to also say to persons that if you have symptoms, if you're unsure, visit your doctor or at least get some doctor's guidance and advice, because there are levels of testing in terms of the science and levels of accuracy depending on which level of testing you apply. PCR remains the gold standard of testing. Antigen test gives the next best bet, particularly for symptomatic persons, and the self-test is the latest addition. So this is not intended to be a panacea, but it is an important addition to the menu of options that one has. And in the context of ease of access and first level screening, it does offer an important advantage, particularly for home use and for institutional use, as is now being demonstrated with this gift to the tourism sector.
We've looked a long time to the north, and we've seen where they were using technology to screen. And apart from the vaccination, which is extremely important, and we know that just over 20% fully vaccinated, Jamaica is nowhere where we are supposed to be, and we are still encouraging team members in the hotel sector, in transportation, and of course, the craft markets, to make sure that they're vaccinated. I must report that after the PSBI on-property presentation of the vaccination system that we developed with PSOJ, we have seen that hotels are registering 70% vaccination rate. We are seeing the craft markets passing that, and attractions in the 75 to 78 range as well. This came about because the cruise ships demanded that on arrival, people at the ports and the attractions, craft markets, and other people who encounter cruise passengers must be vaccinated or tested before they interact with cruise passengers. My experience is that over 90% of the guests who tested positive over the last week or so are not showing symptoms, but are quarantined in our properties, and of course, MOA, the Ministry of Health, they have their facilities for backup quarantine as well. By law, each hotel, especially the larger hotels, put aside a certain number of rooms for quarantine purposes. And I'm very happy that those who are quarantined at the properties right now. But of course, you have small hotels, villas, and when people test positive at the airport, that we have government facilities that they can go to. I am also hearing encouraging signs of hotels with capacity who are willing to use part of their facilities as quarantine facilities as well. Because we have to make sure that if or when somebody is tested positive in Jamaica, that there's a place for them to go and they're not looking around, whether it's at the property or, of course, at the government facilities. Coming back, we always say that vaccination, but screening can be just as important or even more important, because, ladies and gentlemen, these kits, they are not for the guests, they are for the staff.
I should indicate up front that these kits, once approval is granted to be imported, are not going to be distributed by any specialized entity. Indeed, we can and hope that these kits will be available in the marketplace, widely distributed through pharmacies and other distribution outlets, so they can be purchased over the counter for usage. The most important thing is that they have to be FDA or WHO approved, and that persons who use them correctly, and the ministry intends to engage in a public education program to assist in providing information around usage to ensure that persons get the best results from these kits. We're targeting this particular sector of our population. We've seen an increase in the number of positives in persons coming and going, not just in tourism, but the diaspora. Jamaicans, particularly during this particular season, there has been a sharp increase in the number of imported cases of COVID, proportional to cases that are in Jamaica. For most of 2021, the proportion of imported cases need to remain below 3%. This is based on tests that have been done. In the last 5 weeks, a steady increase was noted, and this week, so far, the imported cases account for 1/5, or just about 21% of confirmed cases. So, this increase does suggest a challenge for us in public health and the country at large, but it also is justification further to heighten the response and why these kits are very, very important. So I raise these issues because I think it's important for us we can't live in denial and expect to provide the guidance that is necessary to respond to COVID-19. Denial is the worst strategy to pursue when you are faced with a crisis. But at the same time, you must balance the realities with creating a strategy, a program to address the concerns that are there. And I'm not here giving any information to create panic at all. I'm here saying that we have to be conscious of what is happening and therefore chart a course as it relates to how we proceed going forward. Which is why the protocols are so important, and which is why the introduction of this new test, I think, is an addition. we are now recommending that we reduce the previously position held of a 10-day isolation, having tested positive, 10-day release, to a 5-day and PCR positive test for release, or a 10-day and no test for release. So that is an adjustment in the approach which we would like to pursue going forward. I close by just reminding us as Jamaicans around the vaccination program. The vaccination program continues to go far slower than we would like, and this is a concern for us. It's a concern for us because as we go into the fourth wave, and some may argue that we are seeing the start of the fourth wave, it is so important that Jamaicans recognize the importance of protecting themselves.
Mama Iris celebrates 100th birthday following a lifetime of good health, family and faith.
From Clarion, but I was born in Peckham.
How was life living in Peckham?
It was good, and my father, he was have a large cultivation. Yes, and a mill house where he make sugar. And we used to go out, me and my sister, and sell the sugar.
How does it feel to know that your children are still here with you celebrating?
Me thank God for everything. Thank God for everything, and me go then up in the Lord.
Your birthday is coming up December 31.
31st of December.
Right.
Yes.
How are you feeling about that?
I don't know if me and pray that me will live. I don't know what plan God have for me. Yes.
And were you always a believer in God?
Yes. When I was 13, I baptized. Yes. In the country, we do baptize in the Church of Christ. Full truth. They do call it full truth. All right.
And are you suffering from any illnesses?
I have arthritis and pain, back pain also, you know. But I don't have no diabetes, I don't have no other ailments. Giving God thanks for everything, you know. And they treat me well, and so me live with that daughter, you know.
Daughter that she lives
and then me live with my daughter, you me live with and for years, then look after me. Yes, look after me, good man. Me don't have no regret.
You always hear persons saying bad things about mother-in-laws, but I can tell you, if you have a mother-in-law like Mama, you have no regrets. Yeah, she's the best. Rare breed.
Is there any life lessons that you continue to learn, even though knowing that your mother is here and she's also helped in parenting your own children?
Well, her lifestyle brings me back to the scripture that says, honor your father and your mother so that your days may be long. It's a commandment with promise, the only one. And I think I strive to honor her, you know, so that the blessings that God has given her will fall upon me as well. You know, I look at her temperament, and I think there's a lot to learn from her. When she's resolving an issue, it's always peace.
Yes.
She never holds grudges, and I don't know how she managed to love all 6 of us.
And how many grandkids?
In a different way, and the grandkids.
Yes.
But as the children, there's none that's a favorite. I think we are all her favorites. So her ability to dispense with the love throughout all of the generations is admirable.
I remember too when I was growing up, though, you know, we're talking about the present. But when we were kids, she was a fun mother. There was laughter, there was joy in the home, and we were poor. We grew up in Waterhouse.
Yes.
There was fun and laughter. There were beach trips and
Oh, yes.
basket.
The community kids would come down, you know.
She entertained the community kids with her little, you know.
Christmas market.
Oh yes, Christmas. Yes,
Before I married my wife, when we were dating,
I eat out a whole heap of food. I go around all the
Same here.
Oh, yes.
Same here. Yeah.
And because we live so near to the church, when church was finished, the members used to just make their trek over to our house.
Oh yes, man. Come back, most of whole heap of goodies.
One thing that amazes me about Mama is that even though she's at this age, she still tries to keep current. She reads every newspaper, every newspaper.
Challenge.
She watches School Challenge. She just still tries to
current,
keep
man.
current. So she's always saying, "You hear about this thing that happened over?" And if you didn't read the newspaper or watch the news, you wouldn't have known anything about it.
I am grateful for her time that she has spent with me over the years as a baby, from a baby come right up till now. She has always been so supportive and caring, and she'll always bend over back for you. That's one thing I really, really admire about her. She's selfless. And so today I just want to celebrate her. I mean, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for her. And this is one of the greatest feeling for me, to know that I am able to give my all back to her, in this way.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.